Hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome to another Manchester United live stream. Tonight, we're going to be finally, once and for all, exposing the agenda that is clear to see in not just British newspapers all over the world, but mostly British newspapers, towards Jose Mourinho and Manchester United. It's clear to see, and I'm just sick and tired of seeing it on social media, on online articles, things like that. I'm just sick and tired of it, and tonight, I'm just going to, debate with you guys whether you think there's an agenda or, whether you don't think there is. Obviously, you know my opinion by now, straight away. I think there strongly is an agenda against Jose Mourinho. But we're going to get into this topic, we're going to dissect it a bit more and just see what I mean when I'm talking about the agenda that the British back pages have against United, especially in the last few days. It's become rife with articles containing ridiculous headlines and just absolute stupid accusations, which just really infuriated me, so I wanted to make a video about it. So if you guys are new here, please do subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it, and leave a like on the video. Welcome Man United LA, thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate coming back to the stream. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So what I mean by agenda is, for example, one of the papers, you can search this headline, was that Jose Mourinho is dragging us down, says United players. Now, how have they got that quote? How have they got that quote? The answer is they haven't. They haven't got that quote. They made it up. Surprise, surprise. They made it up. I mean, it's just ridiculous. How can you make an accusation that Jose Mourinho is dragging down the United players without any sort of quotes at all? No quotes. Not one quote. Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't that absolute fraudulent journalism? I'm sorry, I would like to go into journalism in the future. But if people are going to be writing stupid articles like that, I might have to rethink, to be honest. Because, I'm sorry, it's not just like these past few days. It's been consistently throughout the seasons since Alex Ferguson left. And even when he was there, he was getting bad articles written about him. He definitely wasn't the press's friend. And it doesn't look like Manchester United is either. Because the press, for me, have an agenda against us. They have an agenda. They don't like the way the club's run, even though we are one of the most successful clubs. And they don't like Jose Mourinho. Similar articles were coming out when he was manager of Chelsea as well. So really, I do feel for Jose Mourinho. Now, the one gripe I have about this, the one thing why this really rattles me, is not because they're writing the articles. They can write them all they want. They get paid, whatever. But it's when what's being written in those articles starts trickling and filtering down to the fan base. It starts trickling down, filtering to the fan base, and clever United fans read these and go, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely false news, fake news, whatever. It's only the agenda they're trying to carry. But there's some United fans who see those articles and believe them. And actually go, you know what? Mourinho is, losing the dressing room. He is, dragging United players down. He is stifling talent. The team spirit isn't good. And they believe these stories. They believe this. And this makes our fan base toxic. Now, you could argue, yeah, well, Kieran, you're saying the fan base is toxic. It's just that one side has one opinion, the other side the other opinion. But it's not that. For me, if you're getting your information from a few new back page newspapers which all slate Jose Mourinho, and you're getting your information off that, then I really think you need to rethink how you get your news. I mean, obviously, this is all my opinion. This is just my opinion. If you guys have anything to say about it, please do let me know. I'd love to hear your responses to this. But look, we're in a situation where the papers, during and after this pre-season tour, have been writing absolute nonsense about the players and Jose Mourinho alike. As I said, I've gone through the few things that's been written. Obviously, the one exemplar article I'm going to use for this kind of debate is the article where it says Jose Mourinho is dragging down United players. Jose Mourinho is dragging us down, says United players. Without any quotes, without any quote, any form of quote, nothing. Can you really believe that? Can you really believe that? I just think it's completely fraudulent. I really do. I struggle to comprehend it. I really do. And it's obvious that, you know, as I said, I want to go into sports journalism myself. And, you know, I've looked at sports journalism as a career path, and I'm hoping to get into there in the future. But maybe it's just because I'm a Man United fan. Maybe it's because I'm looking at this from a biased perspective. But writing things with a clear agenda. A clear agenda. I'm sorry, you cannot hide this agenda. I'm sorry. You cannot hide it. Writing for an agenda rather than using the facts that you've been presented with to write a plausible story without trying to get clicks. Is that possible? Is that possible? Please. Because I've had enough of it. I really have. You know, all the stuff on Twitter, all the stuff on social media, you know, online articles, everything like that. I mean, there's some articles which, you know, are actually alright. Right? I'm not digging out all of the whole British press because it's not the whole press. But it's back pages of certain British newspapers, usually things like the Sun, or you know the Daily Star, whatever, the Daily Mail, whatever. Those sort of caliber of newspapers. We're talking absolute rags. We're talking rags. Are writing this utter bullshit, and it's just getting to me. It just is getting to me. So I want to know what you guys have to say on it. But that's my opening statement. You guys, obviously, as this is the debate, you guys can have your say in the live chat, whatever you want to do. And, you know, I just really wanted to talk about it because United last night, or in the early hours of this morning, in the UK, beat Real Madrid 2-1 to end the US tour on a positive note. Even though, even I can recognise the tour didn't go as really according to plan, I would say. But ultimately, you know, it wasn't as bad as a lot of United fans thought. And you know why a lot of United fans thought it was really bad? Because the press, writing absolute shite, are brainwashing the fans. They're brainwashing some fans into thinking that it was actually bad. You know? It's brainwashing the fans to thinking we're in absolute turmoil. Thinking the players don't want to be there, Jose doesn't want to be there. I mean, the odds, have you seen the odds of the next manager to lead the club? Is Jose Mourinho. I don't know what the odds are, but they're quite slim odds. And it's ridiculous. Because, do you know what the press never show? You guys can tell me this. You guys tell me this. How many times this week have you seen a newspaper article in the back pages of Jose Mourinho smiling with the players? Because I've seen it so much. You know, Man United fan accounts, you know, Man United Twitter account, they've been putting out these images for everyone to see. And unfortunately, the back pages don't want to look at that. They don't want to look at it. All they want to look at is miserable. They want to make Jose Mourinho seem like he's depressed, he wants to leave, he's being held captive, and so are the players. Which is utter bullshit, I'm sorry. It is bullshit. And I just wanted to make a video about it. So yeah, I'm not gonna say any more than that until you guys wanna, you know, wade in on the debate. But yeah, I mean, I've had a bit of a rant there. But I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say, because obviously it is only one opinion. It is only my opinion. I just want to hear, you know, what you guys have to say. So, you know, please do let me know in the live chat. And just let me know what you guys are thinking about this situation. Hi. Hold on a second. Right, there we go. Welcome, Matthew Cole. Welcome to the stream, by the way. He says, the media hate Jose because he doesn't pound his chest and shout boom when his team scores. So, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. How many articles do you see of someone like Jurgen Klopp, you know? Technically, in fact, not technically, he's not won anything. He's been at the club, Liverpool, for what, 4 seasons now? And he has not won a single trophy. And no one goes after him. So what is that about? What is that about? He's won nothing for 4 seasons at a club like Liverpool. And no one goes after him. That is ridiculous, I'm sorry. It's ridiculous. And it's just really annoying just seeing all the articles. But yeah, again, you guys leave your thoughts. LA says peace in the club isn't enough for them. They want there to be some drama in the club, even if it's them creating it. 100% agree, mate. 100% agree, Man United LA. That's so true. Because peace in the club, happiness in Man United, can't get clicks, can it? No one wants to read that, you know, they had a great training session, everyone's happy. People want to read that everything's in turmoil. They want to read that, and they know it sells papers. And that's why the back pages of the newspapers, the British newspapers for the past few days, have been totally about how there's disharmony in the group, even though there clearly isn't. There's been disharmony, you know, with the manager. Jose Mourinho's depressed, he wants to leave. You know, all these comments he's making. Now, yes, right, there's another side to this. The fact that, you know, Jose Mourinho has made a few comments which, to be honest, I don't agree with. You know, saying that we're in trouble at the start of the season. I don't agree with that whatsoever. You know, I don't agree with that. And, you know, saying things like, you know, Sanchez, you know, he would be annoyed because he's got no one good to play with. You know, that's the comments that he makes, and I don't particularly agree with them. But most of the time, a lot of the drama that they're creating, a lot of the drama that they're perpetrating in these papers is false. I'll go back to the article that I was using as my example. Jose Mourinho is dragging us down, says United players. Without a single quote in the article. A single quote. How can that be allowed? How can that be allowed? How can you write that Jose Mourinho is dragging the players down, say that the players are saying this, and not provide a single quote? How is that allowed? How is that, you know, what is that about? What is that about? Matthew Gorn says, the FA hate him as well. It's not just the media. Like the touchline bans are inconsistent for Klopp and Pep. Yeah, exactly. You know, it starts seeing, that's what I'm saying. The agenda is also not just for Jose Mourinho. It's for, no, not just for, you know, the British press. But I do also believe that the FA have a bit of an agenda against him as well. I don't think it's as strong as the agenda that the press have against him. Because ultimately, the British press want to see Jose Mourinho fail. And that is the main premise. They want to see Man United and Jose Mourinho fail. Because they are bored of all the success that's been under Sir Alex Ferguson. All the success that we've had in the past, you know, kind of 10 years. They are jealous of it. They're annoyed about it. So whenever Man United, there's a little chance to get in a bit of a bad word about them, it's big spread on the back pages because they know it will sell, and also they know that Man United fans will read it and they'll process the information, and that's what I'm saying. The reason why I'm getting annoyed about it is the fact that it filters back into the fan base. You get people from our fan base who look at these articles and say to them, and base their opinions on these bullshit articles, and it just makes the fan base toxic. It makes everyone more negative than they should be. Because ultimately what they're reading is just completely and utterly negative. There's nothing positive. Nothing. You know, it's all about, nothing is ever focused on, you know, Andres Pereira had a good game, or, you know, the news, you know, everything like that. There's nothing. It's never ever focused on any of that. So, I don't know. But you guys, you know, keep having your say. Welcome United lads, and welcome Matthew Jones as well. Thanks for joining the debate, guys. Yeah, everyone smash a like button if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I just thought it'd be a bit of a debate tonight. I thought, you know, it's something I wanted to get off my chest. It's something I wanted to kind of talk about, because I don't think many people have talked about this, you know, publicly. And I thought, yes, obviously there's lots of people who recognise it on social media, and I really, you know, I really support those people. I support the people who see an article being posted by the Telegraph, Daily Mail, The Sun, whatever, and they call it out. They call it out for the bullshit. You know, they call it out for the agenda. And the more people that do that, and the more people that see the people who are calling out the bullshit, the more people who do something about it, the better. And the less it spreads through the community.
No way he should join Man United, Yerry Mina.
I guess that is a point as well. We can talk about Yerry Mina. I'll probably make a proper stream about him tomorrow, because there is some news coming out about Yerry Mina.
Fucking drop ass.
But again, that is another thing. You know, the agenda on transfers. You know, they're going crazy about Man United not making transfers, about, you know, relationship between Mourinho and Woodward not being there. Now, how do they know that? How on earth do they know that? Who is telling them that the relationship between the two is bad? Who is telling them that? Yes, they're making assumptions. They're just making assumptions. Well, welcome back, Roberto. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. But yeah, I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. And this is the thing. We see a lot of United fans, a lot of United fans on Twitter saying that this summer has been an absolute shambles and a joke. Those are two phrases which I've seen used a lot. Why has it been a shambles and a joke? Why? Because we haven't brought in 5 players. Can you tell me that? Why? Just because we haven't brought in 5 players doesn't mean this transfer window has been a joke. I'm sorry, but actually a decent stream I saw, which I commented on from ManUnitedTalk. So if you want to go check him out, link in the description down below. He did a fantastic stream today, and I commented down below. I said, we need to trust in our boys. A lot of people are saying we need to go out there and spend 200 million every season. It's almost like we need to buy a whole new, a whole new 11, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, yes, maybe there's potentially a few positions which could do with strengthening, but we have to remember last season we got 83 points, and I think to me that is a pretty good total for a squad that everyone's saying isn't good enough. So why are we not back in the team? Why are we almost saying that, oh yeah, well, only a few players can actually play and the rest we need to bin and buy in new players? It's tripe. It's utter tripe. I'm sorry. Roberto Beswick says, video gaming soon. Be sure to check it out. Yeah. I'll go check out Roberto Beswick or PJ7. He's got a fantastic banner. It was a very, very good banner, channel banner. So go check him out on his channel. Some decent content coming. Matthew Jones says, the press will always slate Mourinho no matter the success he brings to the club. I understand the frustration and I agree with all your points that you have made tonight. The press will not change. Exactly. No matter how much people speak up about it, no matter how much people say about it, there is no point. Because ultimately, the press will always be stuck in their ways. They will talk whatever they need to do. They'll write whatever they need to get the paycheck at the end of the day. And I know it's a job, isn't it? Everything's a job. You need to get paid, and I respect that. But writing such tripe that you could use it for toilet paper stuff. A lot of the stuff they're writing about United, dog shit. It's utter dog shit. I'm sorry for swearing a bit, but I'm just annoyed about it. I'm just annoyed about it. But I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous. I'm not writing that, by the way. It's my producer. Hopefully he doesn't write anything too ridiculous. Matthew Jones says this preseason has been a success. Yeah, I mean, really, I don't think it has been as bad as a lot of people think. I don't think it's been as bad. The disaster that is being written about and being talked about by some United fans. That is ridiculous. How has it been a disaster? Pre-season is not about the results. Yes, we lost 4-1 to Liverpool, and you never like losing to Liverpool. Fair enough. But it's not about the results. Loads of teams, we had, Liverpool a few seasons ago beat Barcelona like 5-0 in a pre-season friendly, and they came 4th the next season. Results don't count for diddly. They don't. They count for nothing in pre-season. There is no point. There really isn't a point. So worrying about the results. We had, what the hell is that? We had, in last season's pre-season, we won all of our games but one. And everyone was like, oh, that's brilliant. But ultimately, there is no point in complaining about losing a pre-season game. If you're complaining about losing a pre-season game, you need to calm down. You need to calm down. There's no point doing it. I'm going to have to delete my own tweets now, my own thoughts. I do apologise. Please don't do that, mate. Please don't do that. That's really annoying. TikTok and the Mourinho Club. I do apologise for that, guys. Matthew Jones here says, I back Mourinho all the way. He's not been provided with the players that he wanted. How can the press slate Mourinho? He's frustrated because he can't plan his tactics because of the World Cup. I mean, yeah. Obviously, a lot of people are saying that, Jose Mourinho, it's all his fault. He's having a moan at the players and he has no right to moan. But to be honest with you, I don't agree. I think for some way we need to see where Jose Mourinho is coming from. We need to see, what's going on. And if you actually analyse what is going on at this club, Jose Mourinho somewhat has a right to be angry. You know, he gives a list to Ed Woodward and only gets, only gets one of the signings. I'm not even sure if he got one on the signings that he got on his list. Now, that is not the end of the world. Jose Mourinho said it himself. He's got the players that he's going to go full force at the Premier League. He himself, you don't see the press talking about that. You don't see the press talking about that quote, do you? You don't see it. You know why you don't see it? Because the press don't want to report that, Mourinho wants to go full force at the season. They want to report that Jose Mourinho is saying that, he hates the club and we're not prepared. They want to report that. So, yeah. Yeah, it is Big O on the comments. I do apologise for that. It is Big O for the comments. He is clogging up the comment section a bit. Liam, welcome to the stream, Liam. Thanks for joining, mate. Really appreciate you coming back. But yeah, I just wanted to speak about it. I just wanted to, voice my opinion on it, really. So yeah. Yeah, Matthew Jones, if you want to call in, mate, feel free to do so. Feel free. Hopefully we can get you on. Right. Actually, I'm not sure if we can. Because my phone's out of charge, so I can't...
Bollocks, he's lying, he's lying.
You go get my phone, then. My phone is out of charge.
It's not, it's 100% charge.
No, it's not, it's not.
It's in the charger, it's on 100% charge.
It's not, it's not.
It is.
You go get it, then.
It's on 100% charge.
Go get it, then.
He's lying. I'll call the stream while you go get it. Yeah, I will.
We're not letting that happen.
Yeah, I will.
I would let you call in on Skype, but my Skype's not connected.
Oh, shut up.
It isn't.
Lying again.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying, trust me. I'm not lying. If you want to go subscribe to United Lads, go check them out in the description down below. I do apologise for the noise in the background. It's really unprofessional. But yeah, no, I just wanted to have a talk about it. And, if you guys are watching this as a video, leave your thoughts in the comment section. What are you doing? Please. Oh, my phone's not actually on charge, is it?
It is on charge.
It isn't. It isn't on charge. I'm sorry, Matthew. I can't get you on because my phone's not on charge.
It's on charge, isn't it?
I put it on charge.
Did you? Fine. I'll go get it then. Owen, don't do anything. Big O might occupy the stream. I'll be gone for just 1 second. Don't go on there, Owen. Don't. Please don't. Owen, don't. Owen, don't. Owen, don't. Fuck's sake, man.
Make sure you one view and there's your professional. Oh, fuck.
That's not very nice. That wasn't very nice, was it, guys? No, it wasn't. Get back into focus. Sorry, I'm out of focus now. Why am I out of focus? How do you get back into focus? There we go, we're back in focus. Right, if you want to call in, Matty, feel free to do so. If any of you guys want to call in, please do feel free to call in. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting debate we're having here. I just thought I'd make a little video on it. And if you guys want to leave your thoughts on it, please do leave your thoughts in the live chat. Or indeed, if you're watching this as a video, leave them in the comment section down below as well. So yeah, if you've got any thoughts at all, please do let me know. But yeah, Matty, if you want to call in, please do feel free to do so. I'm ready now for your call. So if you want to take your call, please do. If you want to call in, please do feel free to do so. But yeah, no, I've said a lot. I've said what I want to say really about it. Right, we should have Matthew Jones on the call now, hopefully. Matthew, can you hear me, mate?
Hello?
Hello, Matthew, how are you doing? Liam says, how did Darmian play? Well, to be fair, Darmian did get the assist for the first goal for Alexis Sanchez. But, I mean, after that, he was pretty anonymous, to be honest. As usual. But, you know, that's life, isn't it? That's life. But, yeah, I think Darmian will be on the move. I think we will get rid of him before the end of the transfer window. It doesn't sound like he wants to be here. It doesn't sound like, you know. Welcome, Sirans Minaccio. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. And, guys, if you haven't already, please leave a like. I would really appreciate it. But, yeah, Matthew Jones is on the stream right now. Go check out United Lads in the description down below. Obviously, we're having this debate about, you know, whether there is a press agenda against, you know, Man United. What are your thoughts on it? Hello? Can you hear me? You can't hear me. Can you hear me? We're on a bit of technical difficulties with the calling, I think. Can you hear me, Matty? Looks like we're going to have a few technical difficulties, so I do apologise for that.
I can hear you on YouTube, yeah.
Oh, you can hear me on YouTube, well... Oh, fair enough. Well, I guess we can have a bit of a delay then. Oh, okay, so, what are your thoughts then? What are your overall thoughts of the press agenda? What are your thoughts? Welcome, ManUnitedMax, by the way.
What are your thoughts then? What are your overall thoughts of the press agenda? What are your thoughts? Well, yeah, I just wanted to come on. I was a bit frustrated. I just, you know, I agree with what you said about, you know, the frustration and the amount of slate that the press give Mourinho is a bit unfair. I made the comment in the live chat about Mourinho, you know, he's not got any of his squad players. You know, he's come out, he's frustrated. You know, every manager's frustrated. He shows his frustration probably more than others. He probably shows his frustration on players more than others. But, yeah, I mean, I agree, I think. You know, we do. It's really important that we get those signings in. And it looks like we're only going to get one signing in now. So yeah, I mean, I agree with what you've been saying about, you know, they try to... Out of anything, it could do like transfers, or it could be anything towards Mourinho. You know, they do it just to sell papers. So yeah, I mean, I agree with what you've been saying.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, mate. Totally agree. By the way, just want to say welcome, ManUnitedMax, and if you want to subscribe to ManUnitedMax or United Lads, link in the description down below for more fantastic Man United content. He says, I'm fed up of the press. Me too, mate. Me too. I'm absolutely fed up of the press. United Lad says, check your volume settings, Matty. Well, I mean, hopefully he sounds fine on the stream. Hopefully you guys can hear him. But yeah, also United Lad says, our stream crashed at the end, and we're without our mic, but we'll keep it. Fair enough. I do apologise. Wait, were you streaming when we weren't there? I'm not sure, but when I was live here. But anyway, yeah, I do apologise for that. And yeah, I will go check out after the stream. But right, okay, so I want to ask, you know, Matty, obviously, you know, you've talked a bit about the agenda. Let's move to a bit of a lighter subject, and a bit more news has come out on Yerry Mina. Now, potentially, Sky Sports have come out and said that United, we are looking to sign him. We are turning our attentions to him. So it does seem like this Yerry Mina news is becoming more and more concrete by the day. You know, obviously you've answered this question quite a lot, but, you know, Yerry Mina, now it looks more and more likely that we are going to sign him. You know, do you think I mean, how big of an impact would he have in the Premier League, and do you think he would be a decent signing for us?
I mean, now we've only got 8 or 9 days left. I mean, the deal looks like it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to be the easiest transfer for us to get. And then we've got, obviously, we're trying to get Toby Alderweireld, but Tottenham obviously want to keep their player. You know, Tottenham obviously don't want to sell their players, and you can understand that. Mina will only cost us 40 million, so I mean, it's a price issue is not a thing. If Mina comes to United, I'll back him all the way, you know, as we all should do. But I still think, you know, we need to get that next level, because Mina is no better than Lindelof. In fact, he's probably a touch worse than Lindelof. We need someone that can, you know, get in a box, and someone that can complement Bailly well, and I don't think Mina can do that. I think better with his feet. I think he's more composed. He's better in the air. So yeah, and plus Maguire, he is a 23-year-old. So I still think we need to go for a centre back. Whether we'll get there or not, but yeah, I mean it's a transfer that's coming more likely to happen. I know you like Mina quite a lot, but I mean we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, you know, it is becoming more and more likely that, you know, we are going to sign Yerry Mina. I think if we did sign him, I would be open to it. Now seeing, you know, what happened with Eric Bailly, you know, the fact that, you know, no one really knew who Eric Bailly was and what was going on with him, but actually he's turned out to be a very, very solid defender for us. So, you know, fair play to him. So I would be very much open to Yerry Mina. Also, the fact that Barcelona signed him means there is something about him as well. So, look, I'm very much open to signing Yerry Mina, but I would feel bad for Victor Lindelof in this situation, just because I think that Lindelof has actually not had a fair crack of the whip by Jose Mourinho. I think, obviously, after that Huddersfield game, his reputation from a lot of United fans kind of went down a bit. So I think, unfortunately, it's annoying, but unfortunately, you know, that's what happens when you make a few mistakes. But I thought actually his end to the season and the games after that, he did very, very well indeed. So look, I would like to see Lindelof play a bit more of a part, but you know, if we were to bring in a centre back, I do think Yerry Mina is going to be a very easy option for us. A few comments here. ManUnitedMax says the press is just going to make things up about a small quote or phrase by Jose. It's ridiculous. Yeah, exactly. I mean, They never touch on the quotes that are positive that Jose Mourinho say. They only take the negative ones and make up stories about it. He also goes on to say, I like him, City, but impossible to get him now. I hope we eye up Varane. Yeah, Varane is a fantastic player. I mean, we saw it in the World Cup, and we've seen it for Real Madrid as well. Very, very good player, very composed on the ball, and is starting to come of age as well. So, you know, I really do like the look of Varane. United Lad says, if Mina was a top player, why would Barca sell him? Well, it's true. It definitely is true. You know, if he was a top player, you know, why would Barcelona sell him? It's a good point, but I think, you know, the fact that Barcelona bought him in the first place hopefully means there is a lot of potential there. And we have seen him play at the World Cup. He was very, very solid there. So I would have high hopes for him. Now, obviously, one of the main problems that we've talked about a lot on the channel is the fact that can you really translate World Cup form into domestic form? Now that's the main kind of worry for players like Yerry Mina. Can you really do that? And we'll have to wait and see the answer. Welcome Rasmus, welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate you coming back. Thanks for the retweet, United Lads, as well. Thanks for the retweet. And ManUnitedMax says, what do you think about Zidane as an option if Jose fails to succeed this season? Well, it's a very, very good question that I am going to go open up to none other than Matthew Jones. So yeah, I'll have my opinion on it after Matthew has to say. But yeah, it's a good question from Zach there. No, not Zach. Sorry, ManUnitedMax. What would your thoughts be if you know, if Zidane was to come in and succeed Jose if we ended up not doing well this season?
Yeah, if Mourinho, you know, if we don't make any progress, we don't get any, if we don't go far in the competition, I do think he'll get sacked. So yeah, Zidane could be a good option. We all know him from Real Madrid. You know, he did pretty well there. I think he won the Champions League, and you know, although he struggled in the league, I think he's tactics-wise, he's a good manager, and he's been a manager for a while now. Obviously, a player himself, he knows what it takes. So, you know, I think he'll get the best out of everyone, you know, of all the players and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it is fast. I'm not sure if it'll happen, but if he does come to United, you know, I'll back him. And you know, I'd rather see an English manager, but yeah, I mean, Zidane's probably a good manager to get.
No, yeah, I agree. I think Zinedine Zidane. He's a decent manager, isn't he? He is a decent manager. I think ultimately, look, right. I think Zidane. Yes, he's had a fantastic success at Real Madrid. To come in to a new club and be as successful as he has, it's brilliant. It's superb. And I think if Jose Mourinho was to leave, I would like to see Zidane come to United just to try it out, because I do think Zidane would be a decent signing. But look, I think you made the point about seeing an English manager, and that's really interesting. I can't remember the last time United did have an English manager. Obviously, since Sir Alex Ferguson, we haven't really had an English manager. And that's probably what 30 years since Sir Alex Ferguson, became United manager. So, I mean, the likelihood of us getting an English manager, I do doubt it. Unfortunately, I think the way the club runs and everything, I think we'll probably be more likely to get a kind of foreign manager. And I think Zidane, I would be open to it. I definitely would be open to it. Roberto says upload should be about 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, go check out Roberto Beswick or PJ7 channel for the upload in 5 to 10 minutes. United Lad says he's not very convinced by Yerry Mina. Well, I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of footage to go off, is there? Really, there's not a lot of game performances that we can really analyse and look at. Let's be honest. For me, I've only really seen him play at the World Cup. I haven't even seen him play for Barcelona. So I agree. We haven't got that much to go off. Let's be honest. So yeah, it would be a risk. I think it would be a risk to bring him in, but who knows? Some risks do pay off. Rasmus says, I don't know if you already talked about this or not, but what do you think about the club finding Martial for being away for seeing his baby? I think it's absolutely disgraceful. Well, we haven't talked about that actually, so it's a very good that you brought it up. You brought it up, Rasmus. So thank you very much for bringing that up, because we haven't actually touched on that, and that is a very, very interesting piece of news. So yeah, obviously, the club is fining Martial 180 grand or 2 weeks' wages, I believe, for not turning up to training and being with his baby. Now, I don't particularly agree with this, really. I think, we have to look at it on a human aspect. When your wife or girlfriend has just had a baby, you're gonna have to look after it and help her through it and everything like that. So on a human level, I don't think it's the right decision, to be honest. But yeah, you guys can have your say in the live chat. I know that obviously Rasmus there thinks it's disgraceful. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say about it. But Matthew, Matthew, you there? I hope he's still there. Oh, I had the volume turned down. Oh, what's going on now? My phone's just frozen. That's brilliant. I do apologise, Matthew. Do apologise, Matthew Jones. My phone is just frozen on me. My phone is frozen. My phone is frozen. So yeah, I do apologise, Matthew Jones, if you can hear me. Currently my phone is frozen. But yeah, I do think it's a bit disgraceful that they're fining, they're fining him, just for not appearing at training. I just don't understand it, really. I don't understand it. But yeah, my phone is frozen. I can't. It must have crashed. My phone must have crashed, and I can't do it. I think I'm gonna have to reset it. I'm like turn it off and turn it back on again, to be honest. But yeah, that is so annoying. I don't understand why my phone is frozen. Oh, the joys of technology, eh? The joys of technology. But if you are watching, I'd really appreciate a like on the stream. That'd be fantastic. I'm not sure how many people have liked the stream. I don't know, but yeah, my phone seems just frozen. So if Matthew Jones, if you are watching, I do apologise, mate. We're trying to fix it, but my phone is currently properly chock-a-block frozen. Rasmus says, the only time I watched Mina playing for Barca was in their only loss in the Liga against Levante. I mean, to be fair, it would be very, very interesting to get, opinions from people who, I mean, if you have watched, Mina for a lot of the games, I would love to hear from you and love to hear what you have to say. Welcome, Man United Talks. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you want to go check out his channel, he did a fantastic stream earlier today. Link in the description down below for his channel. And Suran's been on says the joy to technology. Yeah, I know. As I said, Matthew Jones, if you are still watching, I do apologise. My phone literally just froze on me, and I can't get it back. Literally, I'm going to have to turn it off and turn it back on again. I do apologise. United Lad says, Mourinho has a very short fuse with Martial. Yeah, I agree. I think he does have a bit of a short fuse, doesn't he? I mean, he does seem to kind of have it out for him, but in the end of the day, look, I think, Martial's a great player. There's no doubt about it, but it'll be very interesting to hear from you guys. Do you think Jose Mourinho's comments and treatment of, Anthony Martial is unfair? Do you think it's unfair? Leave your thoughts. But yeah, my phone is literally gone. It's literally frozen. I can't do anything about it. This is not good whatsoever. I can't even turn it off and on again. Oh no, guys. This is not good. It's okay, mate. Yeah, I know. No, yeah, I do apologise, Matthew. I do apologise for this. My phone seems to have literally malfunctioned. It's literally frozen. I might have to literally take the battery out of it. Can I do that? I don't want to break the thing, to be honest. But yeah, my phone, right, I was on Twitter, my phone literally froze on this screen. And I'm literally, right, I'm trying to scroll, I'm trying to do everything. Nothing. I do apologise, guys. My phone is just frozen on me. I hope it doesn't break. But there you go. Yeah, I'm trying to turn the whole phone off, Max. I'm trying, but it's literally frozen. Solid. Literally. I'm trying to scroll. Nothing. Hey, I will have it sorted out. I do apologise. Welcome back to Shivam Yadav. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. He says, is there any signing news? Well, obviously we have been talking about the Yerry Mina transfer, which, has been is kind of the latest transfer news. Potentially Yerry Mina is going towards the fact that, Yerry Mina is going to come to United. More developments in that sort of direction. So it looks like he might be going there. So I think Yerry Mina, Yerry Mina is probably, or it's looking likely he's going to come. You never know. U-turns can happen. But yeah, that's kind of the main transfer news right now. If you guys have spotted any more transfer news or anything like that, please do let me know in the live chat. Rasmus says, and what makes it much worse is that this is what makes it much worse is that all this for a few games in tour, which Mourinho himself called a waste of time. Yeah, I mean that is true. I mean that is the thing, isn't it? That is the funny thing. He's saying that Martial hasn't come back to the tour, but he's saying that the tour doesn't really matter. So who knows? But it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I might have to take the battery out of this phone, by the way. ManUnitedTalk says, I think if Tony got more minutes, I could understand Jose's treatment of him. But it just confuses me because Martial doesn't get enough minutes to show all he's got. Well, yeah, that's the thing, obviously. I think Martial last season, he was starved of game time when Alexis Sanchez joined the club. That's fact. We can see before and after of the game time that, Martial got much less when Sanchez came. And that's not Sanchez's fault or anything like that. But, Martial unfortunately didn't get enough time to impress himself. Now, I really do like Martial as a player. I really do like him. I want him to stay at the club. But I feel for his career, if Jose Mourinho's not going to give him the game time, he's not going to be able to flourish, and he's not going to be able to become the player that we all know he can become. So, I don't know. I really don't know. Lads, there's thoughts on how Jose has treated LVG signings. Well, obviously, what's that? Like Darmian, who else? Luke Shaw, was that? Yeah, Luke Shaw, I think, as well. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, he doesn't treat them that well, does he? Let's be honest. I mean, Luke Shaw's the main protagonist here. Doesn't really particularly, it doesn't really particularly treat Luke Shaw that well. Even Luke Shaw admitted in an interview he did in the mix zone after the Real Madrid game that that he hasn't had the best of pre-seasons. And I think it takes a big man to admit you haven't had a great pre-season. I think he does. So, fair play to Luke Shaw for that. But I really wish him well for the season. And hopefully he can prove to Jose Mourinho what he's about. Man United LA says, I've got a membership this season, trying to make it out for the Boxing Day match and the match on the 29th. Decent, mate, decent. That is solid commitment to the cause. Fair play. Round of applause, Man United LA. I've got to say. So fair play to you. So, to be fair, Boxing Day matches are always feisty. They're always good watch. So yeah, it's a good call going down to the Boxing Day match. Shivam says, come on, I want a winger before a central defender. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Really, attacking signings are definitely more exciting. I think you've got to argue that, and I think I'd agree with that. But look, we have to look at where we need to strengthen, where we really need to go for. And do we really need a winger? We've got Rashford, Lingard. Do we really need a winger? I'm not sure. But, I think a winger would be nice. But do we really need it more than a centre-back or full-backs? I'm not sure. Rasmus says, I don't know if it works, but your phone. I don't know if it works for your phone or not, but sometimes phones pressing power and volume button at the same time. All right, we'll try that. We're having a go. We're having a go. Right, volume button and power button being pressed right now. Nothing. Bro, this thing. I'm gonna have to take out the battery. Oh, look. Why have I gone out of focus now? Come on. Right, there we go. But yeah, look. There you go. Anyway. I can still hear the call a bit in this phone, But anyway, ManUnitedMax says Kovacic is not interested despite us offering 60 million. Yeah, I know. That's pretty disappointing, isn't it? That's pretty disappointing, I've got to say. Kovacic was a very, very decent player. You can't lie. Roberto says United fined him for going to have a baby and he's being fined. Yeah, I know. It is ridiculous. It's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, guys, can we get up to 10 likes? Can we do it? I'm sure we can do it. You guys are absolutely immense. You put in some brilliant comments in the live chat. So if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate a like on the stream. That'd be superb. United Lad says, Man United LA, are you flying over from Los Angeles? There you go. There you go. A bit, the American connection. I like that. Shivam says, right winger, of course. Haven't seen City. Yeah, I mean, look, City have, they signed Mahrez. They did very well. And you got, look, Man City, they've only actually made one signing this summer. And really, they don't really need to make too many more signings. That's very obvious from the season they had. But it's just very interesting, really. I don't, I don't think we should worry too much. I think we should trust in the lads. I really do. I think we should trust in what we've got. But yeah. Roberto says, if Martial wants to further his career, just leave. Yeah, I agree. Man United Talks is very jealous of Man United LA, working on getting out to a game at some point this year. Yeah, I think that'll be decent, to be fair. I'm hoping to go to a few games as well this year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Roberto says it's quite simple. ManUnitedMax says just put a video out. Yeah, just put a video out, boys. Rasmus says hold it for a while. If I'm not mistaken for 10 seconds, it works for my phone, but it depends on the phone, of course. I'm trying to listen out. Oh, for God's sake. I'm trying to listen out for like the for like something, but I can't find it. But yeah. Yeah, go check me out on Twitter, link in the description down below. If you want to go check out United Lads on Twitter as well, go check them out. They'll be on Twitter, as well as ManUnitedMax. If you want to go check him out on Twitter, please do feel free to do so. 12 likes, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. As always, you are the OGs. Shivam says, we trust Mourinho, but we trust, but Mourinho doesn't. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be working, guys. I might just have to take out the battery, to be honest. Which is a real shame. I don't know why. This is properly crashed. Like, it's never crashed like this, ever. Hopefully, it's not broken, because that'll be shocking. ManUnitedMax says, Bale seems to have made his mind up. Yeah, does seem like he's made his mind up. Obviously, it was a bit of a kind of, it was a bit of a speculative effort from the halfway line trying to get Bale. It didn't really come out. It didn't really, it didn't really, come off. But I don't think we're ever going to get Bale, to be honest. He seemed like, with his comments after the Champions League final, he was teasing us. But it never happened, really, unfortunately. So, yeah. Roberto says, Bale shouldn't want to come to United. I'm sorry, it's the truth. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I mean, I guess, if he wants a different challenge, he could come to United, but he does seem to have it very well at Madrid. And also the fact that Ronaldo's now gone, so he can take up a bit more of the spotlight. But anyway, guys, I am going to end it there. You've been absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate all the support you've given me tonight. Please do feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Also, go and subscribe to United Lads, Man United Talks, ManUnitedMax, ManUnitedMax, United Talks, and United Lads, Man United Talks, and ManUnitedMax, all in the description down below. Go check them out. I really, really would appreciate it if you could. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Leave all of your comments and thoughts in the comment section down below, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're trying to hit 350 subscribers by the start of the season. Thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in a bit.